Welcome to Unbreakable Latina. Hi guys, welcome back to Unbreakable Latina. This is your host Melina. I hope you're having an amazing day, whatever day you're listening to this on. I have been waiting to talk about this because I had a project going on with Spotify, but now it's out. If you don't follow me on TikTok, go follow me at Unbreakable Latina. I partnered up with Spotify to create a video about my 2022 Spotify Wrapped as a podcaster. And it was such an honor to work with Spotify and I couldn't believe it. When I got the email, I was shocked. And then when they showed me my 2022 Spotify Wrapped, I was like, no way. The podcast has been heard in 65 countries. It is in the top 1% of most globally shared podcasts. My number one episode is my first episode, which is insane to me. Like, that's the episode I was most nervous, or one of the episodes that I was most nervous to put out there because it was my first episode. It was the first time I was recording. I didn't think anybody was going to listen. And right now that episode has, I think, like 19,000 listens, which is insane to me. And I'm just so proud that I pushed myself to create this podcast. And I just want to thank everyone for your support. Without you, the podcast wouldn't be what it is today. I have accomplished so much in 1 year. I can't wait to see what the future holds for this podcast because I know it's going to be great. Watching the video of my Spotify Wrap with my mom was very emotional because sometimes I get in my head and I think, do I even have what it takes to do this podcast? And then I check myself and I'm like, girl, be fucking for real. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I get in my like little depri modes because I get overwhelmed and I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and I want to get things done. And then I get frustrated when something doesn't go my way. But one thing I've learned this year is a lot of patience and to go with the flow. Y que todo pasa por una razón. Like, I know I always say that, but this year has been very, like, I don't know, like I've been really in my feels and very intuitive and manifesting stuff. I used to always laugh at my sister for saying like, oh, you gotta manifest this. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But now, like, surrounding yourself with people that manifest and that just work hard for what they want and they believe in themselves has a lot of influence. You have to surround yourself with people that have positive influences on you and not people that bring you down. And that's something that became so clear to me this year, that the more people I connect with, like on Instagram, on TikTok, in person, the power of having all these positive people around me has made me believe more in myself and that I could accomplish things. And, you know, just supporting each other, it really means a lot. You sending me a message or someone commenting on my video and saying, hey, thank you for making me feel seen. It just keeps you going and you want to create more and you want to do more and you want to meet people. Like, I know I had told you guys that I was going to organize something for my 1 year anniversary. Pero la mera verdad, I've been busy and I know like it's not an excuse, but I just been overwhelmed with just work life and then trying to do all this. And siempre, like, I tell my coworkers, I can't wait till the day I could quit this job and become a full-time podcaster. And they're like, yeah, you're going to do it. We believe in you, Melina. And just that, like that alone, it makes me so happy. This Friday, I hung out with my coworkers outside of work, which is not something we usually do because everybody has families. There's only like a few of us that don't have kids and everybody has like married. And so like the time that they do get outside of work is with their families, which is understandable. I get it. But it was so nice to get out of the office and be just in another atmosphere. And we went to Amiguis in Riverside by the Tyler Mall. And it's kind of like Mamá por Dios, if you've ever been there. It's really pretty inside. The food, I'm picky. My standards are pretty high because my mom cooks really good, and I'm just a foodie, so you know that I'm always at different restaurants and at the birria trucks, and I love food. And the food didn't impress me. The drinks were very good. The service was kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie. The server felt like she was rushing us the whole time. Y no tenía modo la muchacha. But regardless, we had a great time, and it was nice to see everybody outside of the work zone. I just got off topic right now, but what I was trying to say is that I do plan on doing like a meetup, maybe like a brunch where I can meet you guys and you can mingle with each other. I know I created the Discord group, but I haven't been active on it, and I don't think anyone has either because I haven't gotten any notifications. Pero sí voy a planear algo where we can all meet and just hang out together and have a great time. So I got back on dating apps. This you guys should start like a tally of how many times I get back on the dating apps because it's hilarious. I was talking to Angela and we went to the festival, and I was just saying like, girl, I haven't even tried to talk to anybody. I just go to work, I go to the gym, I record my podcast, y ya. Y a veces ni me queda energy. Like, I don't have energy to do anything else. I just want to lay there and watch TikTok or do nothing. And since I was traveling and all that, I have been busy like every day. But her and I decided like, no, let's reactivate our dating profiles and get back on it. So I've been on it and I've had a couple matches here and there. The other day I matched with this guy and we were talking for a bit, maybe like half a day. And in the evening he goes like, "What are you up to?" And I was at the dentist and I told him like, "Oh, I just got out of the dentist. I'm going home and making dinner and catching up on some emails." And then I left my phone there and I didn't respond till later. And then he's like, "Te quería invitar a cenar." And I'm thinking to myself, and I do, like, I want someone to plan something, but come on, spur of the moment feels a little like, I know I'm being picky, judge me, I don't care. But I have plans throughout the week, and it's a weekday, it's a work night. At least give me like 24 hours in advance and ask me if I'm free. But he's like, "Te iba a invitar a cenar, pero ya, you responded too late," or something like that. And I'm like, "Oh, sí, ¿a dónde?" And he's like, "Oh, te iba a llevar a Chili's." And I started cracking up, but I got in my head and I was thinking, okay, Melina, like, you want people to take you out, but you don't want to go to Chili's. I don't go to Chili's. Like, no offense if you like Chili's, but Chili's is like where you go if there's no other choice or you have a gift card. And when I go out to eat, I like going to eat something good. I don't like Applebee's. I don't like Chili's. I rather have In-N-Out or McDonald's before I have Chili's. No offense to the Chili's lovers. Don't come for me. But I was cracking up, but then I felt bad because I was thinking like, "Ay, te crees mucho, Melinda." And the next day at work, I was telling my coworker, this guy wanted to invite me to Chili's, and I know I'm bougie, but like, Chili's for real? Y luego mi amiguis / coworker goes, "He wanted the 2 for $25, Melina." And she starts cracking up. She's like, "Not even my husband takes me to Chili's." And we started laughing. So shout out to Lizette if you're listening to this. Thank you for supporting me in my tragic dating life. And I've been on there. I've had a few matches, but these men cannot carry a conversation. Si te pregunto una question, if I ask you a question, I expect like an answer and maybe a question. No, they answer my question. Like, I'll be like, "Oh, what do you like to do for fun?" And they're like, "I like to do this, that, and this, period." And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not an interviewer because are we not trying to get to know each other here? Are we not going to plan outside? Yesterday, this guy told me, like, "What are you up to?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm helping my mom prep for tamales. Do you like tamales? What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm home. I'm home because all I do is work." Okay, pues qué bueno que trabajes. But that's it. Y honestly, me duele mi espalda from carrying all these conversations. But it's rough out here. I don't lose hope. 2023 is going to be my year. Y ya les dije, okay? So keep on watching. Every year before Christmas, my family gets together and we make tamales. So today was a day, Sunday the 11th, because everyone has busy weekends coming up before Christmas Eve. And we make them and we freeze them. And it's one of the days that I look forward to the most because it's just nice to be cooking with everybody. We have this joke where we say that if you don't come help to make tamales, no vas a comer. So today we were missing four suspects, which is my brother, my sister-in-law, and my cousins, the twins. And we kept joking all day saying like, wow, we're going to eat a lot because a lot of people are missing and they're not going to be able to get any of this. But it's one of my favorite traditions. My grandma used to actually make the tamales Christmas Eve, but as the years went by and she no longer was with us, we decided to start making them ahead of time because it just takes a lot of stress away from Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, we'll just put them to boil y ya comer calientitos, and we didn't sweat one bit trying to get everything together. I posted a video of my uncle and my mom making the tamales on my personal Instagram, and one of my friends was like, oh, I love that your uncle's helping too. And I'm like, girl, this is an equal opportunity family. Everybody has to work. There ain't no machismo here. And she started laughing. But I love that my uncle and my cousins and my brother and my sister's boyfriend, they're all willing to help, and I'm glad that that tradition keeps going and that we are breaking cycles of just the women being the only cooks. I love how hands-on all the males in my family are because it gives me hope for like the future generations that it's not going to be only the women in the kitchen. I made a little reel of our tamale making session. If you want to check it out, it's on TikTok or Instagram. Go show me some love. Sometime this week, I posted a box on Instagram and said, ask me a question. I used to do this like weekly, pero lately, like I said, I don't have enough time. At the time when I was doing it, I had a lot of days off. But now I don't. So I haven't really had time to do that. And I really look forward to those because it's so nice like to interact with you guys on Instagram. And someone asked me, you seem so confident. How do you do it? Any tips? I had never really thought about this because no one had ever brought it up. But I have grown a lot in the past few years. And I used to be so not confident. I was a very timid girl and I was unsure of myself. My voice was always shaky. And I don't even remember what happened. Well, first of all, I just remember being young, like a young teenager in high school, and thinking I was so ugly. I know that sounds terrible, but back then, the beauty standard was, a skinny blonde girl. That was what it was. It was around the time when Laguna Beach was on, and Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie. That was what was beauty. And I would never see someone that looked like me, someone that had curves, that had thick eyebrows and tan skin. And I did not realize how much that affected me growing up until now. Because now we do see representation of Latinas, and little by little, we still don't see enough of it, but it's happening. And I think that has helped my confidence a lot. I remember being like probably a sophomore. Y estaba flaquita. I don't know why I thought I was fat, but compared to my friends that I had then, like I was the more thicker one. And I wouldn't want to wear swimsuits. I would always be like covered up. I think the first time I wore a two-piece swimsuit was when I went to Spain and I was like 23. And looking back, I look at myself and I see how pretty I was and how mean I was to myself. And I wish I could go back and tell myself, like, you're beautiful. What is wrong with you? And it's sad to think about it now, but it really got me thinking a lot about how far I've come. And I think things that have helped me become confident are stepping out of my comfort zone, trying new things. Like once I started this self-love journey, I started believing in myself, because if you don't have the confidence to believe in yourself, who's going to believe you? No one's going to believe you if you don't believe in yourself. So I think something that's really important is to love yourself, date yourself. And this year I've dated the crap out of myself. I might not have dated men, but I have dated myself, and I am in such a place que estoy tan feliz estar solita. Although I do want to find somebody, I'm so fulfilled with just myself and what I like. And I like dressing up, and it makes me feel good. And that's one thing. Like, dressing up makes me feel so confident. When I do my makeup, confidence. People might say, like, oh, you're beautiful without makeup. I look a little scary without makeup. And I'm being honest. I'm not gonna say here I'm not like I don't have the perfect skin. I do have a lot of scarring. So for me to feel confident and to feel good about myself, I have to do my hair. I have to put my makeup on, even if it's light makeup. Like, that's how I feel confident. If I have a cool outfit, boosts up my confidence. So if you're feeling down and you don't feel like confident, go shopping. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You guys know that I am a thrifter. Most of my outfits are thrifted. If it's not my shirt, it's my dress, it's my blazer. Something is thrifted, and if it's not thrifted, it's on sale. I love a good outfit, and there's so many ideas right now. Like, everything is at your fingertips. You could type in like leather boots, like thigh-high boots with skirt, and all these options come out on Pinterest, and there's all these fashion blogger girlies and on TikTok. They give you so many ideas that just boost up your confidence by like putting on a cute outfit. Peínate, amiga. Do your makeup. Little things like that. There was a time where I was like, I don't care how I look, but then I started feeling like not confident, no quería que nadie me viera. And then I realized that it's really important for me to get up and put a little bit of lip gloss on, do my eyebrows, a little mascara. It helps my confidence go from 0 to 100 real quick. So that's one thing that has helped me a lot. I also remember being super shy to speak in front of people. I still do. Even though you guys see me like making my TikTok videos and my reels on Instagram, and I record a podcast, I'm still shy in front of people. But what really helped me is taking a speech class. Like, it was a communications class that was mandatory in college, but I'm sure there's classes out there that you could take, or there's coaches that you can practice with public speaking. Another thing that helped boost my confidence was stepping out of my comfort zone and doing things that make me uncomfortable, like going out to dinner by myself, or when I tried snowboarding, or when I joined jiu-jitsu. I went to a Pilates class. Little things like that, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, you start thinking, whoa, I can really do anything that I want. Working out is another way to boost your confidence and your self-esteem, because once I started working out and I started seeing how much my body could change and how stronger I could become, I used to be a little weak sauce. I had no muscles. I only played tennis when I was in high school, so I had like legs, but I never had like upper body muscles. And just seeing my body transform and how stronger I became, and just being a badass by lifting heavier than I lifted the week before. Jiu-jitsu was huge in my self-love and like confidence journey, because when I joined jiu-jitsu, I didn't think if I got attacked by somebody, I was like, I'm never going to be able to fight them off. Now I have a little bit of confidence when I'm walking like to my car after work when it's dark and I'm like, someone tries to come at me, like I could get them in a chokehold. And being kind to yourself. Also accepting compliments. When someone gives you a compliment, I have this bad habit. Well, I used to have this bad habit of when someone would give me a compliment, I'm like, really? Oh my God, I just put this together and I felt like I didn't even look good. Like, my hair is all messed up, blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying thank you, I would start discrediting the person who gave me the compliment. I used to do this so much, and it was such a bad habit. After I would finish like responding, I'm like, why couldn't I just say thank you? You can be more confident by believing your worth instead of telling yourself like, oh no, I don't deserve this, I'm not worthy of this. No, believe that you are worthy of whatever is happening or whatever's coming your way. You have to believe in yourself. That is going to boost your confidence, because if you don't believe that you're worthy of something good happening to you, no va a pasar. So don't be a negative Nancy. And I'm talking to myself because I am guilty of being a little negative Nancy sometimes. When we are being critical on ourselves, all we think is of all the negative qualities we have and how you could be better. But what about starting to celebrate the good qualities you have that are not something that everybody has? Celebrate your good qualities and stop focusing so much on your negative ones. You know, there's times where you do something and you're overcritical, like saying like, I could have done better. Like, why didn't I do better? And sometimes the circumstances are difficult of a situation you're in, and you have to remind yourself, I did the best I could with what I had. Try using positive affirmations. There's so many online that you could use and remind yourself daily. I know there's apps that help you do an affirmation a day. You need to stand up to yourself, to your inner critic, and shut it down. If you're struggling with only seeing the negative things that you have, make a list. Make a list of all the positive qualities you have. Stop comparing yourself. Focus on yourself. I hope these tips help if you're struggling with confidence, and just know that it will come with time. You just have to start practicing little by little. It took me a long time to get to where I am today. It didn't happen overnight. It's something that I'm constantly working on. I still struggle with it. Fake it till you make it. That's my biggest tip. On today's episode, I wanted to do a big sis advice segment. I haven't done one in a couple episodes, and I have some messages that I received that I haven't gotten to, so let's do some today.
Hey Melina, my name is Jasmine, and I'm just leaving you a voicemail just asking like for some advice on how to really get over someone that you like really truly cared about and you did a lot for, and for like personal reasons he decided to end things, and I'm kind of taking it hard. I'm trying to stay busy, but it's it's really hard, and I just want some advice on how did you do it, and what tips do you have for me. It's just yo creo que me dependía mucho con él, y ahorita me siento sola. I know I've only known him for like a few months, but it was just everything was going so fast and really well, surprisingly. Of course we had our ups and downs, but I thought everything was going well, and suddenly it wasn't. And I just need some advice. If you can help me, that would be much appreciated.
Hi, Jasmine. I just want to give you a big hug, and I can hear in your voice that this is affecting you a lot. Sometimes when we meet somebody, I feel like we get caught up in this honeymoon stage where you want to keep hanging out with this person. You kind of start neglecting yourself and forgetting what life was before you met this person or this person became part of your life. Because I was very guilty of doing that in the past, where I would start dating somebody and I kind of would make these people the center of my life, and everything would revolve around hanging out with them. So then when they were no longer in the picture, it was like, wait, I feel lonely. What is this? And during my breakup, this was very hard because I was so used to having someone to do certain things with. And we had like a routine, right? On Sundays, we'd go to the grocery store and we'd cook and we'd prep for the week. And on Saturday mornings, we would go for coffee and walk the dog. So it was such a routine where it was just like we were a team. And I didn't know what I was outside of that relationship. It was hard to like start over. And it sounds to me like you're missing a piece of you. And the thing is, that you're not missing a piece of you. You just started focusing on somebody and they became a huge part of your life, where there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that what's going to help you is to start dating yourself. And it sounds so funny. I hate it when people used to tell me that. Like, you need to love yourself. You need to date yourself. And I'm like, I do love myself. Like, what are you talking about? But you really have to like do things that you like. If you like going to Target and going to get your Starbucks and that makes you feel happy, start doing that. What did you do before you met this person? How was your life before? Or do you want to create a new life now? I created a whole new life for myself. I started doing stuff that I never thought I would do. Like, I would go to a coffee shop and read a book by myself. And at first I was terrified because I was like, what are people going to say? So stepping out of your comfort zone is a huge way to get over this. Creating new habits, and also the next person that you meet, don't forget about yourself. Still keep doing these things like dating yourself. Make yourself a priority, because at the end of the day, we don't know if that person is going to be with us forever. But you know who's going to be there forever? It's going to be you. You're always going to have yourself. And you need to like being alone. And I know that it's hard in the beginning after leaving a relationship, a situationship, a friendship. You need to be okay with being alone. And that's one of the hardest things you're going to have to do. But once you start practicing, it gets easier. Every time you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation where you do something alone, or like create new memories, because sometimes we hyper focus on the fact that this person, oh, I used to go do this with this person and now they're not here. Go do it by yourself. Create that new memory. Erase that memory from your mind and make it a new positive one. I hope my advice helps you, and just know that with time, it's going to get easier, it's going to get better, and you're going to look back and say, why was I so upset? Because life is too short to be upset, and the person that wants to be in your life, they're gonna be there. I am a huge believer that if he wanted to, he would, and you hear that all day on social media, but it's the truth. The person that wants you is gonna be there, and you shouldn't be upset that someone's not part of your life anymore, because the person that is really meant to be in your life will be there. And just think about it in a positive way. Like, this ending is one step closer to you finding your person. I hope that my advice helps you, and I send you a big hug, and you're gonna get through this, amiguis. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I can't believe that I actually had time to record, because I was thinking, like, am I gonna do it or am I gonna skip? But I took my Celsius drink. They've been coming through lately, and I got energized. I feel great. I'm going to bed soon. Voy a hacer un burrito de frijoles because I have nothing else to eat. Pero los frijoles salvan for lonche mañana. I hope you guys have an amazing week. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Follow me at Unbreakable Latina on TikTok, on Instagram, at Latina Podcast, on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. And thank you all for tuning in. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.